Okay. We've already covered breakfast. All right. All right, so this is Island Vibe episode 14. We're here with Monkey Marc, legendary man himself, and all the way from Jamaica, Fyah Roiall. Wagwan.
Wagwan.
All right, for everyone that wasn't here last night to see your little sort of pop-up appearance on the stage with Havana Meets Kingston, can you do us all a favor and explain the definition of Wagwan?
All right. Wagwan basically means what's up. It literally translates to what's going on. Like, what's going on? Wagwan. Like, what's going on? Wagwan. What's going on? Wagwan. So it's like, hi, hello. Yeah. What's happening? What's going on? Like, is it me? Yeah. Stuff like that. Or like general greeting. You get me? So,
yes. Wagwan. Yeah, so you guys are here all the way from Jamaica yourself, up from down south Melbourne. You guys are just on, well, would you say middle of the tour so far?
Almost the end. Almost the end of the tour. Yeah, we started this tour in the middle of the desert, right out past Alice Springs on an Aboriginal community. So we did community gigs first, 5 community gigs, and then Alice, then Melbourne, Canberra, Sydney, and then here. Yeah.
And after this, you guys are hitting
Melbourne.
For a sleep for a while.
I'm going back to Melbourne because I got more shows.
Yeah.
You get me? It's like I sacrifice sleep for performances any day.
Yeah, he needs to sleep.
You get me?
You guys are playing tonight, your main set. You guys are both playing together. And you've got a couple guest appearances as well, I hear. Your old flatmate, nonetheless.
My old flatmate from Leipzig, yeah, the amazing Sum T. Yeah, it's we've been meaning to do this for years. In fact, we've only ever played together once officially, but we've never actually showcased our own material, weirdly enough, together. So I wrote an album with Sum. We lived together for 8 weeks and made an album. I went for a cup of tea and made a song, and she said, come back and we'll make another song. And I came back and then I never left. So it was kind of 2 months of this incredible album that we made, which was, she'd always wanted to make a political album. And I'm really into, broadcasting, good, fresh political ideas. And so it was a match made in heaven. And we just did it. It's called Bullets Over Babylon.
Epic.
We're performing that tonight.
So on the topic of like sort of your track, No Surrender, like it's had a few plays. You know roughly how many plays you're at? Like
last time you checked. It's about, I think it's around 12 million or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's political. I mean, there's a few messages that run through it, but there's a broad message of trying to uplift the youth from poverty, and just general kind of smash the system style lyrics as well. So yeah, Caperton, Sizzler Kalenji, and Phantom Moja. Yeah, it's one of those tracks. It's funny, actually, that track really opened my Jamaican world, because I'd gone to Jamaica to visit Kim, my partner, he'd spent 6 months doing dancehall with a whole bunch of dancehall legends like Colo Colo and a whole bunch of people over there. And so I went there, and then her friend Colo Colo knew Phantom Moja, and we gave, I got Phantom Moja over I was going to do a song, and I literally had a folder of songs I was going to play him, and that was the first song in the folder. And he went, that one. And I went, all right. And then within an afternoon, he's like, jump in a taxi. You got to come to this place. And I jumped in a taxi, went to this house that was coloured in like Rasta colours and had these like crazy big Doberman dogs and pigeons in the yard. And it was Caperton's house. And, the rest is history. So, yeah, Caperton, next thing you know, I was literally jamming next to Caperton, writing the tune. And then that evening we recorded it.
That easy.
Like that, it's all about vibes, isn't it? It's like...
There's positive energy. We like churning out music like that. It just depends on whether or not we like it. You get me?
Havana Meets Kingston was on last night, which that was pretty epic. Like, I got to say, your performance on just...
Well, tonight is going to be like 10 times that. Because like that was a surprise, like on spot type thing. You get me? Yeah. Just 2 songs. Is it me? Yeah. But like what we got coming is something amazing. Like totally amazing.
Ooh. So gonna throw a different question you guys' way. I know since your tour, sort of going through those Aboriginal communities on your way through, and then like stopping off at Island Vibes and then back into the cities. Like, in your experience, like the difference and the connection you're finding through the communities, and like especially from you, Fyah, like the reception to your music. Coming from Jamaica, like Australians not really known for reggae music, and so for you guys to bring such that sort of eclectic mix of not only reggae but all the other sort of genres, like the reception to that, like what do you reckon?
I think it's proof of my theory. I had this theory like, yo, people are bored, like mad bored, but they have no idea. Like, imagine being bored and you don't know you're bored. You get me? That's what I figured. And I'm like, all right, cool. Everyone's so used to hip hop and used to dancehall, they're so used to reggae, and it's just those things. And yeah, they enjoy it, of course, but they're bored. Like, everyone's singing the same song. Check your top 5 or top 10 favorite dancehall songs, and it's all the same song. They're all singing the same thing. Same with reggae, same in hip hop, it's all the same thing. So I'm like, bruh, like, you're bored. I know you're bored, but you don't know it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the best of every world, and like, here's what you like about hip hop, here's what you like about dancehall, here's what you like about reggae, here's what you like about R&B and alternative music and rock and all of that stuff and bass music and all of that and grime. And I'm gonna like put that all in a pot and go like this for like 20 minutes and then serve up Fyah Roiall. You get me?
Yeah.
So yeah, like seeing the reception and like especially the way they received me in Alice Springs, that was amazing. And Melbourne was amazing. Like we thought no one was gonna come, and then like 15 minutes before I went on, like people just started like pouring in, like literally pouring in, like waves of people, and they're coming in 10s and 15s. They gave me the smallest group was like 6. Yeah, and it was this guy. He was playing like 15 minutes before I came on, and yeah, like a bunch of people. Like the turnout was amazing. I was surprised. Same with Sydney, it was awesome, and we were well received in Canberra as well.
Yeah.
But like Papunya stood out for me. Like it was amazing. Like kind of like, is it me?
Yeah.
That was like, with Papunya, for me it was less about the performance and more about just being there. You get me? Yeah, like just being there and being like, yo, look at these people, they're fucking awesome. Can I say that? Yeah.
This is it. It's organic. It's organic. There's no filter,
You get me? I don't know, like, this is beautiful. Is it me? Like, these are beautiful people. I've never seen people like this before, and they're just like so pure. There's no outside influences, like literally none. Like they're just them. You get me? And they've never even seen someone like me before. Like all of this and all of this and all of this.
They were calling him the gangster longman. That was the gangster longman. They're like, hey, where's that gangster longman? And I like drove him in a Hawaii car, and he's in the passenger seat. And literally we got mobbed by kids and then older guys and all the girls, and it was just like Beatles coming into town, like totally crazy.
Pretty much.
So wild, man.
But yo, it felt great. It felt great. Is it me? And they had the cutest questions. They had like the sweetest questions. The best question. What are dreadlocks? Yeah, like they've never seen dreadlocks. I'm like, okay, dreadlocks. I think I said like dreadlocks is what happens when you don't comb your hair.
That's so good. So good. So, what do you guys highlight so far being on the island, like vibe-wise, like community and sort of culture and anything like food? What have you guys experienced that you like?
Like amazing music. Some T and J Star last night, Savona, and the whole Cuban contingent as well. I mean, that was just really beautiful. Dov 1's set was pretty killer. And I have to say that the festival crew behind the scenes, incredible. I've just felt so looked after, so welcomed, and I just feel like I'm around like-minded people. So that's a highlight for me.
So, on the topic of like-minded people, you also dabble in a bit of solar electricity. We've got like a solar setup here that's powering a bit of the festival, but all the music that most of us are going to listen to tonight and last night is all been produced or mixed with your solar studio. You want to dabble on that one?
Yeah, I run a solar-powered recording studio in Melbourne. I've had solar-powered recording studios for many years. I think my first solar-powered studio was in a Silver Bullet caravan in like '98. You know, so I've been and it was kind of out of necessity because I was in the desert and there was no electricity, so we just had to do it. So I literally had this bodgy 2-panel set up and an old car battery and an MPC, and that's how I made the first Combat Wombat record actually. Totally off solar like that. You know, I lost a lot of songs because the battery was so crap. But I kind of like, you know, as things went on and I started learning more and more about solar and stuff, I've now built a really amazing setup. So I've got a trailer. It's got 800 kilos of batteries in it. I've got about 2,500 watts of solar panels that are all on the trailer, and they fold out next to it. And then that trailer sits next to my shipping container, and the shipping container's been gutted and has a whole recording studio inside it. So it's all mobile. I can move it wherever I want, but it's completely solar powered. So everything I produce, everything I record, mix, whatever it is, or master, is all done on solar. And then to top it all off, I've actually got a solar powered sound system as well, which lives in that trailer, which can do, you know, 500 people events, like 10 hours on solar, and it sounds amazing. So produced on solar, and then we go and play it out on solar.
So have you got any big plans for the solar trailer, the sound system? You got like any tours you want to line up, like based around that like sort of ideology?
Yeah, we would love to kind of take it out more often. We'd love to bring it up here. I think that'd be a great thing. Maybe next year we can sort of arrange that. We've got the bigger festival set up now, so we've actually got 2 more big subs, which we've got another trailer that goes with it. So look, let's hope we can take it on the road. I mean, there's always the carbon factor of driving it, you know, so I am very conscious of that. But at the same time, you know, the fact that we could literally run a stage probably for 4 days at this festival on zero kind of impact style sort of sound system thing would be a great thing.
That's just the sort of the most ultimate scenario, you know, like bringing all of this art, this music, this culture to a space, being so environmentally like friendly and conscious about like all of the things you use and the things, you know, like, and then powering it through solar power. It's just a beautiful synergy of all those different arts. If
you're gonna write political music and you're gonna write conscious music, like there's no point in just staying to the old system. You have to make the move forward, and that's the only way for me. It's like it'll just be hypocritical. I mean, these days I actually didn't even go to Glastonbury. I was supposed to play Glastonbury this year, but I literally was thinking about the plane flight and the fact, you know, the carbon offset, you know, everything that sort of goes on in my mind. So I'm a true believer in practicing what you preach, and that's it, you know, and hopefully other people will do it. It's really not that hard.
It's kind of like in Jamaica, they kind of want you to stay in Jamaica, the government and stuff. It's very hard to travel through America. I think everyone knows that by now. So yeah, I was like,
Is that just due to the amount of jewelry you've got? It takes a while to get through X-ray machines, or?
It took me a while. I was coming to the airplane. I was coming to the airport, and you know, the metal detector thingy, and it kept going off. Like it just kept going off. So I just took everything off, and it took me a while to get my jacket off. It was one of those, whatever. But it took me a while to get that off. Took that off, walked through, and it went beep. Took these off, went through, it went beep. Took these off, went through, and it went beep. I was wondering if it was like my nipple rings or like my gauges or what's going on. You get me? What do you want me to take off? What's going on? You get me? Bro, like they actually like literally like gave up and just be like, all right, you know.
You're just standing there in the X-ray machine like, what go on?
You get me? Like what go on? Like what is? You get me? Yeah. But like they let me through. It was just like,
Yeah.
And we're stoked and we're super grateful, and we're gonna have to wrap this up and let you guys go and get a snack, fuel, and prepare for later. Oh, mate, I'll be there. I'm gonna have the camera out. You gotta be there. You've come all this way, man. I'm turning up. So, all right. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much.
And tell your friends to tell their friends, and tell their friends to tell their cousins to buy plane tickets to come.
Word. Word. We got like 3 hours. Don't wear jewelry in the X-ray machine and get here quick. All right. Cheers.